My God, how annoying is heel pain? Most commonly known as plantar fasciitis, it's pretty miserable and a tough one to get rid of. However, there are some things you can do which can definitely help it, and there are some things that commonly get recommended that might not actually be the best thing for it. We're going through all of that, and one of the things that can help is exercises, and we're going to go through a study to reveal what the experts are saying the best exercise are to help with this. First off, what is this plantar fasciitis? Well, it's not actually referred to that name anymore, as it got changed to plantar fasciopathy, as the fasciitis suggests an inflammatory cause, which isn't always the case. And now it's referred to as just plantar heel pain, as it may not always be down to the fascia. But the plantar heel pain in the title, no one's going to know what you're on about. So this plantar fascia is on the bottom of the foot, which you can see here, starting at the heel and going towards the toes, with pain mainly at the heel part, but it can be other parts throughout the fascia. This shows a good percentage map of where it's normally felt. So, what things can you do to help it? Well, there's been many things deemed to help, such as hardcore massage or splints, but what is actually going to help? Because some of the commonly suggested ones you really shouldn't be doing. The biggest help of them all is just not irritating it, not putting loads of pressure through the heel, basically like walking on hard surfaces or walking or standing for really long periods so it starts hurting. One of the things that can help this is with heel cups in your shoes. It's cushioning the heel strike on the floor, so it won't completely stop the pain coming. However, it will allow you to do more steps before it gets irritated. So this is a definite one to start with. So what about massage? You always get the recommendation of getting a rolling pin or an ice bottle and rolling your foot along it, or jamming a ball into your heel. Well, this one might not be all it's made out to be. It's a bit weird. You've got the main advice of not putting too much pressure on it, like walking on hard surfaces and using heel cups so it's softer on the heel, and then in the same breath, jam a hard ball right into your heel as hard as you can. It just doesn't seem right. Although, speak to some people with it and they'll say that this is what helped. Pain is a complex thing, so if it does help, go for it, but generally I'd advise against this. Maybe a bit of massage to the arch at most, but not a load of pressure onto the heel. Another thing you might find of benefit, especially if it's unbearable when first getting out of bed in the morning, is a night splint. This basically just keeps the foot and the plantar fascia on a stretch and can work to make it feel a lot better. It's not the easiest to sleep in all night, but give it a go and see if it helps you. Now, let's look at the best exercises for it, and this can be different depending on what demographic you fall into, such as if you're active and healthy is different to if you're older. We'll go through what the exercises are first, and then we'll go through who wants to be doing which ones. This is based on research done by experts and had to agree on narrowing down all the exercises, going through rounds, taking different ones out, which ended up leaving the ones we are going through here. Starting with a banded hallux plantar flexion. Hallux basically means big toe, so you wrap a band around it and hold it on the other end with your hand, and then you just point your big toe down and repeat. The next is a banded digital plantar flexion. This is the same kind of thing, but this time you're getting all of your toes involved, letting them stretch up and then pushing them down. The next is a banded lesser digit plantar flexion. This involves everything but the big toe. So again, wrap the band around and then pushing and pointing your toes down and repeat. The next is a toe spread out. This is where you literally just spread your toes out, hold for a second, relax back, and then repeat. All of these exercises are working on those intrinsic foot muscles. And one of the best at that is this next one, which is the short foot exercise. Now, there's options of how to do this one in terms of progressions, and we're going to go through each one of them. So it's basically curling the foot up, almost like you're trying to increase the arch in the foot. Now, the easy way to do this is in sitting. The next is standing, and then finally doing on a single leg. You can hold onto a surface with this, or to make it even harder, then work to incorporate balance with it. Next is heel raises. Again, certain ways to progress this, and there is an important way to do this to specifically help more with plantar heel pain. This is basically just raising your heels up, have a hold, slowly lower, and repeat. The easiest version is again in seated, then in standing, But rather than this just being a normal heel raise, the next step focuses this more towards the plantar fascia, and it's to have your toes raised up. So this will be called a heel raise with your digits dorsiflexed. It's also sometimes known as a windlass heel raise. And you can pretty much use anything that will get them raised. A towel can work well, but something a bit firmer is even better. And again, this can be progressed by going from a double leg onto a single leg. The next is a chair squat. This is literally standing up from a chair and going to sit back down, but just touching the seat and then coming back up. The next exercise is walking lunges. For these, you're stepping forward, dropping into a lunge, so you're getting a nice stretch on the toes of the back foot, and then pushing off and switching legs, and continue alternating as you're moving forward. So, who should be doing which of these exercises? Well, if you look at this table here, which is from the study, it's split into 3 sections, and it depends which most closely fits you between a younger athletic adult, an overweight middle-aged adult, and an older adult. And rather than going through all the different weights and rep schemes, if you just take a screenshot of this, then you can see how many sets, reps, and what weight to use, and how often to do the program. Few things to note: when it's stage 1, you do all the exercise from that stage. When it's stage 2, you do all from that stage. Everyone should start on stage 1, and if there's no perceived difficulty or pain, then progress to stage 2, and so on for stage 3. When it says 8 RM in the weight section, that just means your 8 rep max. So use a weight that you can only do 8 reps on, and BW is just body weight. So we have all of the information for loads of conditions on our website, including this one. There are 11-step guides to helping you sort a condition out, including everything about what it is, important things to look out for before starting the rehab program, our AMR approach to maximize recovery, and a step-by-step rehab program split into levels, including how to approach it. It's got a weekly exercise tracker and an activity diary to know what needs modifying. And we go through how long we expect it to take and what to do if things aren't working. This is a great resource if you want in all the information you could want about a condition and how to improve it, all in one place, and a really great way to support the channel so we can get more videos like this out. For more information, the link is in the description.